is time to stay awake, not woke. And who added a jolt to yesterday's morning? Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene when she entered the spider's web known as The View. MTG had some choice words.
I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call, by the way.
Some choice words for Congress. Then she backed President Trump, and Joy Behar couldn't help herself. Take a look at this.
I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. By the way, I'm missing the call today. It's going on right now. And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe
Honestly,
there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus. And I think that's a failure. I do.
Standing up, speaking out, and proving being woke doesn't mean being right. Let's bring in Dr. Gina, David, Terrence for more. David, I know you're pretty fired up about this interview. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, I'm not fired up. Yeah, sure, okay. I guess. A couple of things. First of all, kudos to Marjorie Taylor Greene for going on The View. That's the headline because we need more conversations like that. She's absolutely right. And I thought she handled it beautifully. I really do. I thought it was great. I would really like to see more of that type of conversation and not have everybody defined by clips. Look, they do it to us all the time, right? On this show, they take a clip, right? And then all of a sudden we're the devil.
Every day.
What's that?
Every day.
Every
day.
Yeah. Every day, as we can attest to.
Yes.
But anyhow, so good for her. Now, you know, having said that, I mean, there were a couple of things I disagreed that. Well, first of all, she didn't trash President Trump. Not that we were expecting that to happen. So I'm glad she didn't play into any of their stuff. I thought, quite frankly, they were respectful towards her as well. They asked the questions, the QAnon stuff. They did all their stuff, but they did it in a respectful tone. Let's just have respectful dialogue. She said some stuff about Mike Johnson I didn't agree with. I think she played the moral equivalency card on Israel and Gaza that I didn't agree with, but that's nitpicking. Bottom line is I'm glad she did it. That's what we need to see. And, you know, as you guys know, I was on Meet the Press for 15 years or so, and then Trump came onto the scene and things changed because, you know, we're going to go into our silos, if you will. We're going to go into our, you know, separate cocoons, and they're not going to want to have free dialogue and debate. And that was sad to see. So I hope we get back to what she's doing there on The View.
Loved it.
It was civil discourse, which I think was a great thing. I think it's good for our country, not just good for this conversation. It's good for our country. Someone in our chat just now, though, mentioned, oh, this is her first step in beginning to run for presidency. And I'm not going to lie. As I was listening to that, I was thinking,
of course,
okay, this is kind of presidential. So I'm not the only person that saw that. Okay, because I'm kind of questioning myself, thinking, okay, am I reading too much into this? So I'm not the only person who kind of saw that, or at least the thought crossed their mind, Dr. Gina.
Yeah, I tell you what, I loved this interview. First of all, I like her. I just think she's just BA, right? Secondly, I don't always agree with her, but I don't have to always agree with her. What I love about her is she will have the conversation with anyone. She has it in a polite, civil discourse way. Terrence, this is what you and I have been complaining about from the get-go of this show. I remember it was one of our very first conversations is why can't we just talk about what we disagree about in a diplomatic, civil way? She does that. She brings that to the table. She's willing to criticize her own. David, Brody, and we disagree on this, and that's okay because David, Brody, and I always have civil discourse. It's never been uncivil. I love that she took that to them. I love that she literally forced their hand in civility. When have you ever seen the women on The View be civil to somebody as conservative as Marjorie Taylor Greene? She delivered that day, you guys. I think it was one of the best interviews I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I'm exaggerating. Did I agree with absolutely everything she said? Who cares what I agree with? We are not a monolithic party. Right?
That's right.
And so I am glad if I disagreed with maybe some of the things she said. But I love the way she presented it. I love the way she brought them into the conversation. She invited them to be women, to be real women, to stand up for what they believe, but to do so civilly and to do so respectfully. I thought it was a beautiful, defining moment, not just for Marjorie Taylor Greene. I thought it was a defining moment for the Republican Party. And yes, Terrence, I think it puts her in that box.
Can I just say something? I just want to say that I thought what she did was masterful. She said, look, you guys are victims and I'm a victim of the political industrial complex, is what she said. I mean, she's 100% correct. Yeah. And they listened to her like, preach, sister, preach.
They didn't know this. They didn't know this. Right. This is stuff that the four of us here on this television program and almost our entire audience knew. But the women on The View were shocked to find out. Oh my gosh, you mean we've only ever heard clips of you looking like a crazy banshee because that's how the media depicts you? Wow, maybe we should take a little bit of a closer look because you're making sense.
Listen, find out what you have in common with someone.
That's it.
And let that be a bond that can get you to a better place.
Yes.
You know, to a liberal, right? I have nothing in common with a liberal. I could, oh my gosh, please. But you know what? Are you a Jets fan? You want to go to a Jets game?
Yeah.
Let's go Jets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you agree we should have clean air? Do you like dogs? I mean, there are a lot of things that we can all agree on and build from there to have conversations so that the politically elite don't own us forever.
This is the marketplace of ideas.
This is the most important fact we have to drive home is we cannot let the political class continue to own us and dictate our being on opposite sides and hating each other.
Have to continue
and
the
Emily,
debate.
Another thing. No, I'm just joking.
Have to continue the debate. All right, guys, a great discussion as always. Coming up, one British university is putting a violence trigger warning on all things the Bible. What was their reasoning? We have this shocking story next on American Sunrise.